Hi there. My name is Neon Bowler, but you can call me Kieran. I'm going to be teaching you how to do music today. Well, more specifically, my style of improvisation. Now, I have a little bit of music theory background in this and that. Certifications out the wazoo, as you can probably tell by my lack of musical understanding. But, irony aside, how I typically do my music is something along the lines of picking a couple random chords that sound good together and then just doing it. And this is how I've learned 99% of my music up until now. So, like, obviously with a lot of people, they would know oh, this is not in the right tuning. Hold on. Well, I get this tuned. Basically, if you're in standard tuning or really in equal temperament or whatever, you know, you're E, A, B, G, B, E, then you'll be able to play a C-shaped chord, D-shaped chord, G, whatnot, you know. And you know all the other ones like A, E. But then, see, I stopped at learning chords around there. I just started doing chords like this. I'm like, oh, that sounds good. Combines these two other shapes together. Alright. And then it's like, alright, well, I'll remove a finger. Gives it that sound. I'll move it this way. It gives it a little bit of melancholy, so I bring it back. Still slightly melancholic, alright, then this. Oh, it's very kind of major-ish, a bit sus. You know, like that. And I improv all of my music, singing-wise as well. Now that took me a lot longer to get used to. I used to just play whatever came to mind with my, guitar. And I'd just figure out little tunes, you know. And improv that way, you know. But really, I started getting really into singing and all of that. But you just gotta find stuff that rhymes when you're just going with it, man. You know, like stuff that I see around my bathroom right now. If you want to do it now. That's one thing. Alpine, all fine, all the time. You know, and then if we want to mix those together, if you wanna do it now. And we're using that same chord progression that we found earlier, you know. Walking around the Alpines, I'm doing fine. Oh, why? And really, all you gotta do, if you're really struggling to figure out what to say next, then just hold it for a little bit longer. You know, sound nice. They can do stuff like sometimes the Alpines cross the road. It doesn't have even to make sense, you know. Sometimes if you want, you just have to let it become something so numb. You know, and just do whatever, really, and just have fun with it. That's a huge part of this. Is just I never make music unless I'm gonna have fun with it. You know, that's a huge part of it for me. And if I'm not enjoying it, then I'll stop and I'll come back to it later, even if I found a really good chord progression. And now, something that you'd want to do as you go along is that, well, I learned these chords, and all of that. Well, you can't just use those, right? Well, I mean, you can, but it'll get boring. Uh, all you gotta do is just play around and see what fits, the more you do this, the more you'll see shapes that correlate to a whole bunch of others that you see all the time, be it like you'll learn your vocabulary, and don't beat yourself up about it if you end up running into a wall or you can't get the sound that you want. You'll get there. I mean, I still struggle occasionally with getting what I want out of a music and out of life, and a lot of this, it teaches you patience. It teaches you, how to be a creative individual, to use what you got, or you train what you don't have, grasp at straws and such, So I think that if you just give it some time with my very unclear instructions and a bit of fun, a bit of grace with yourself, that you'll be eventually getting somewhere where you're a little bit satisfied with. And if you tack on some music theory learning or some, classical teaching, then go for it. That's just not the route I ever took. I taught this all myself, be it YouTube, listening, or just messing around, or just looking up books. Well, not looking up books, looking up tips and tricks and cool chords, So, yeah, just have fun with it, man. Just have fun. Alright. Be good, do well, and I'll see you around. Bye-bye.